Okay, so for the challenge portion of this, so I've come back to the same code I had before. I added this line here for the target. So the target dot position equals initial target dot position plus the target velocity times time. So once again, that's how the displacement is changing. I'm also going to adjust the position, the y position, because it was a little low. So we'll bring this up to a see negative 20. So we'll go negative 15 instead because it was a little low. Okay. Anyway, so what the challenge was is you want the ball to wait for a certain amount of time before starting. So that was a bit tricky. There's multiple ways to do that, but the easiest way, and I mentioned this in a walkthrough video for number 16, or lesson 6, sorry, is to use an if statement. So an if statement's a lot like a while loop. It's just a smaller version of it, and it doesn't stop the program. A while loop, once it's satisfied, is going to stop the program. If you have an if statement, it will as long as the while loop is still true, as long as we are the ball position is less than negative 20, or sorry, greater than negative 20 in this case, it's going to function. So I'll walk this through. It's set up the exact same way. So I'm going to go next to this target dot position, and I'm going to start my if statement, just like a while loop. If now I need a condition, just like the while loop. So the condition I have is I want the ball to wait for a certain amount of time. I'm going to give the projectile a head start. All right. So, and you can flip this around if you want. You can use the projectile and have that wait as well. I just got to put the if statement someplace else. So if, and my condition is I want it to wait. So if, let's see, if time is greater than, let's say, 5 seconds, colon, there we go, colon, there we go. So if time is greater than 5, I want it to do whatever is indented underneath it. So I want it to, once time is greater than 5, then I want it to start moving that target. So if I hit play now, this should function. So that box should sit still. There it is. It's sitting still, and it'll do that for 5 seconds, and then it should start moving once we reach a time of 5. Now we might not reach a time of 5. There it is. So notice it's way behind. So if I wanted that hit the target, notice it's about only a third of the way there. So that's got to move at least 3 times faster. So I'm going to go back and edit this program, and I'm going to change my velocity. So instead of velocity of 18, I'm going to increase that by 3. So that's going to be 54, I think. Just doing that off the top of my head, so forgive me if that's bad mental math. Let's run it again and see what happens. Okay, so there goes my projectile. And 5 seconds later, my box is going to move, and it's moving a lot faster now. Oh, almost. All right, so it looks like I got to bring it up just a little bit more. So maybe let's try 58. Let's see what happens. All right, there it goes up. And once again, 5 seconds later, the little target's going to move. There it goes. And is it going to get underneath it in time? Yeah, pretty close. All right. So anyways, you can see how that works. We can also flip that around and do the same thing with so 58, bring that back to the 18 that it was before. We can also change that around and put the if statement with the a ball that is accelerating, the ball that's going through projectile motion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and untab it, and I'm going to put this if statement, and I'm going to put it right in front of my equations for the ball. And I'm going to get rid of it here. So what this is going to do is it's going to move the target, but it's not going to move the ball until after 5 seconds. Now, we knew that obviously 18 is not going to work for initial velocity, so I need to increase that. And I'll increase this back up to the 58 that we had that target going, because that seemed to work pretty well. All right, so run the program and see what happens. Now, the target should move, and then 5 seconds later, we should see a really, really fast projectile. Oh, that didn't work, did it? That's way over here. Went way too far. We'll have to adjust that other values, but you can kind of play around with it and see what's going on. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys that heads up that that's how that if statement works. All right, so it's that simple. You just put an if, a condition of whatever you want it to have, just like a while and a condition, and then indent whatever you want underneath that if statement that you want to function. So have fun with that, and we will see you in the next one.